Of goaltenders, his counterpart, Joe Papaleo, had a visit with JP Dellacamera prior to tonight's game, and let's listen in to that interview.
And thank you very much, Jim Forney. Our guest is Joe Papaleo, one of 3 goalkeepers on the Pittsburgh Spirit roster. Joe, you had a great season last year. You're here in year 2. What do you notice is the difference in you personally as a goalkeeper?
I think last year my big problem was, like, once I left the first goal, it seemed like the record came, the next shot came and beat me again. I think Baltimore, we were winning 2-0 with about 4.5 minutes to go. They scored 2 goals in 14 seconds, and that was it for the rest of the game. So I think, you know, you look at Memphis and Buffalo, especially Buffalo, I just have to forget the last goal and just go on to the next game. You know,
I'm not sure if our audience is aware or not, but Joe last year, or the season before, played for Syracuse University, and actually you were a #1 draft choice of both the Spirit and the Cosmos. You came in after a college career. This time it's a little bit different, I think, because you got your feet wet, and you also knew that the Spirit made a change in goal. A good friend of yours, Chris Sobieski, was traded for Luis Alberto. Did that change your thinking at all? Did you feel like you maybe had a chance to win a starting job this season?
Well, I think last year, you know, at the end of the season, I kind of knew my role here as a goalkeeper to back up Chris Sobieski. He's a tremendous goalkeeper, and I was learning a lot from the great goalkeeper that he is. And over the summer, I tried to work as hard as I can because I knew that Chris wasn't going to be here. And Peter came. Peter's a fine goalkeeper, and just keep on working hard in practice.
Now, you had your first start this season came in Memphis. I thought a tough loss for you because I thought you played so well, but yet it's still recorded as a loss in overtime.
That's the hardest thing for me to understand. So my best game as a professional, I thought, was Memphis, and we lost. It was my first loss as a professional, and it was hard because personally you look at it as a nice game to play, but then the final result is in the L column, and the difference is Baltimore 8-7 win, and the whole team felt better, and I felt better.
How was that? How tough is it for you? I know lots of times goalkeepers worry about a particular goal. I mean, it was obvious to me anyway in the first 5 minutes that was going to be a high-scoring game, and I think you as a goalkeeper have to realize that that could happen as well.
Yeah, I think so. As soon as the first one was just my mistake, but after that you saw Buffalo's playing well, and we were coming up with big goals, and you kind of just thought at the end whoever would come up with the bigger save would win the game.
Tonight it's the Kansas City Comets. At this point, when we taped this interview, we did not know for sure whether or not you would be starting, Joe, but in any game that you do start, do you prepare mentally for any particular shooters that you may face, or do you just go in there kind of cold and stand up against them?
Well, as of right now, this is my first really full year, so I'm kind of going in there cold because I really haven't seen Kansas City much except maybe a couple of times on TV, so I really don't know that much about them. Like the last game against Memphis, I played them the year before, so I kind of knew them a little bit, but I'm kind of going in there cold right now.
Go get him this year and avoid the sophomore jinx.
Oh, thank you.
Joe Papaleo, goalkeeper for the Pittsburgh Spirit, our guest here at halftime. Stay tuned because we have a lot more coming up. We have Jim Forney and Denny Kohlmeyer ready to return after we pause for this. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer right here on HSE.